Tonight, I'm going to be answering your business and personal questions live on the air. So stick around for all of that and much, much more that's coming right. Live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. So that way you won't miss a single thing when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. And like I always say at the beginning of each and every show, if you are open to suggestions and change, I am here to help you get the best possible grip on your life so that way you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the show. I will explain why things ran a little late here in just a second. But first, I need to make sure that the notification has gone out on YouTube, and it looks like it has. And let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that things are rolling smoothly. And they are. And once again, tonight, we are also simulcasting live on Facebook. It looks like we have one person on Facebook out there already, but let me make sure that the stream on Facebook is rolling smoothly. Give me just a second. It looks like we have one person on Facebook out there already, but let me make sure that the stream on Facebook is rolling smoothly. Looks good. Looks good. Facebook's not telling me who's in the chat, but that's okay. That's okay. Feel free to introduce yourself and feel free to ask any business or personal questions regarding anything. And I'd be happy to help you and guide you on the right path of success as best as possible. All right, folks, before we even move further, let me also once again pay special props to this channel sponsor. I can't even talk. God, things are going a little crazy today. My apologies for that. I did 2 streams yesterday, one last night and one early this morning. So my sleeping pattern's been a little bit off. But anyway, my sponsor, my amazing sponsor of this channel is none other than my great longtime friend, Troy Brewer, who runs an amazing marketing company, one of the most trustworthy and professional marketing companies on the planet that truly cares about, your wants and needs. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network for all your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry. Please visit www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. One more time, that's www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit a subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. And when you go on that website, you're going to find a bunch of talk and music internet radio stations. And more than likely, one of those talk or music internet radio stations will suit your talk or music genre needs. So if you like that kind of thing, please do not forget to check out www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both those links are below in the description, about a third of the way down. And if you go to either of those websites and you also find out how to connect with Troy by phone or by email and you connect with him, please do not forget to mention that Coach Eli sends you with lots and lots of love. All right. Okay. Give me just 1 second here, folks. Interestingly enough here, I've got a side chat open and it's not populating. It's not refreshing the chat. Give me just a second here. Give me a second here. My apologies, folks. Just a second, please. Hey, welcome WrestleMania. How you doing? Alex the Beer Master is in the house. Welcome to the show, Alex the Beer Master. What is up, Eli? And I was that person watching from Facebook. I know you were, dude. Alex, you don't have to prove anything to me, bro. I know who you are, and I love you like a brother, dude. Feel free to ask any questions, Alex. I want you to ask lots of questions. I want to help you, Alex. I want to know what you want to accomplish, and I'm going to help you get there. How's that? WrestleMania. Hello, everyone. Hey, Elias. Hey, WrestleMania. Not trying to say too much. I did see you in a drama stream earlier that was talking about me. That's as far as I'm going to go regarding that. Okay, did my stream just buffer because YouTube just told me no data for a second, but now it's back. Are we rolling smoothly? Hey, Not So Nerdy Gaming, welcome to the show. He says, I'm here now. Moonshout's in the house. Hi, Coach Eli in chat. Hello. But anyway, WrestleMania, and I know you're a very supportive person. I totally get it. I don't tell people where to go or where not to go. I'm just acknowledging the fact that I saw you in there, and I know you're not the type of guy that's really into any drama. So I don't know. I don't know. It's like, hopefully you got some value out of that stream earlier. But that's as far as it goes. I don't want to talk about any of that stuff. I put a community posting out on my YouTube community tab, folks, and you know, I think I'm just going to go ahead and read that right now as you folks start getting in your questions, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Not So Nerdy Gaming, Moonchild, Alex the Beer Master, and anyone else that's here, please go ahead and start asking any questions. I'm sure you all want to accomplish something that's been a bit of a challenge, right? So let's talk about it. And let me share, you know, my advice and my expertise based on my 47 years of life and, you know, how I've overcome certain things that you're probably trying to overcome. But before we get to that, well, let me see. I'll get to the chat in a second, WrestleMania. Yep, I asked if you two could do a stream together to give both points of view. I'm not interested in that, Jamie, WrestleMania. I'm not interested in anything to do with people that are not mature and act their age. And that's as far as I'm going to go regarding that, right? I can understand to a certain extent, you know, people like to be entertained by cringy stuff. But, you know, I'm a professional YouTuber. I run a professional channel. And I get it, male point of view and female point of view. I understand what you're saying by that. But see, you got to understand one thing, Jamie, WrestleMania. Some people are not, how do I say this professionally? There's no other way to say it but to say it the way I'm going to say it. People that are mentally and emotionally unstable, WrestleMania, I can't have a discussion with them because you're never going to, it's not about winning, but you're never going to have a civil discussion. It's going to be an attack. And I'm not interested. I'm just not interested in having any discussions with people that aren't mentally and emotionally capable of having those mature discussions. So, you know, that's that. Hello, Milkman. Hopefully you're not a troll. If you are, one of my mods will smash you. If not, welcome to the show. And feel free to ask any business and personal questions here. So before we get to the questions in the chat, I want to read my community post. And this is the absolute last time I'm ever going to acknowledge this. I'm going to make it very clear that anyone that's a part of my channel that's been involved with this group, I don't want to talk about them at all. I don't want any questions regarding them. Well, Milkman, you just got yourself banned, and your message was held on my spam filter, and it didn't even make the chat. So we've got high security here. And I think I know who you are, and it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. But again, I don't want to discuss these people anymore. If you ask any questions regarding these people, I'm not going to ban you unless you're way out of line. But I'm just going to either delete your message or ignore your message. So I'm making it very clear. I'm making it very clear. Will, can you do me a favor? Can you please moderate the chat? Let me know, Will. You know how to mod my chat the best out of all the mods here right now. Are you able to moderate the chat, Will? Let me know so I can focus on the show. You know what to ban. It's all good. So yeah, let me read this community posting here before we get right to it. I mean, I should probably put it on the screen, but I'm not set up for that, and I just want to keep the show flowing. Give me just a second here. All right, so 10 hours ago, I wrote on my community tab, it is quite hilarious to me that a group of people that don't like me or my content out here on YouTube continue to talk about me and create content on me all the time in hateful ways. They do this rather than just create their own content. I have no shame on who I am and the content I create. I really don't. I put in a lot of time and effort into what I do, and your opinions don't bother me one bit. They really don't. It just goes to show those of you that don't like me will focus all day, every day, creating content on me rather than moving forward with your own stuff. It is sad that all of you in this group are willing to sell yourself short on my account. Let me repeat that one more time. It is sad that all of you in this group are willing to sell yourselves short on my account, meaning that you're going to focus so much energy doing videos and talking about me all day, every day, rather than focusing on moving yourself and your own life forward. That's pretty pathetic. Feel free to screenshot this and make your videos. You are only further helping me spread my positive message of helping people. If you don't think you're helping me out by doing what you're doing, let me tell you something. When people put out negative videos about creators on YouTube, it naturally makes those people that come across those videos inclined to check out the actual creator. So in essence, you're giving me more exposure than you really should. And I thank you for that. So if you want to keep doing what you're doing, that's fine. But like my last line says here, from this point on, you are getting zero attention from me. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Again, I want to make it very clear. If you've been here in the past and you were asking questions regarding drama on YouTube and this Drama Spirit group, from this point on, effective immediately, I'm paying zero attention to it. Please do not ask any questions or talk about that group. If you do, I'm not going to ban you unless you're completely way out of line, which if you're a mod here, more than likely you wouldn't do that. But I may end up deleting messages. Even if a moderator asks questions regarding this group, I may delete your message. I'm not going to ban you or remove your mod wrench or anything, but I'm just going to either delete your message or just completely ignore it. I just want to make that very, very clear. Okay? If you're here to learn how to get a better grip on your life so you can accomplish things that you've dreamed of accomplishing that you may be struggling a little bit to accomplish, that's what I'm here to help people with. So I want to make sure that people in the chat right now understand what I just said. If you understand what I just said, can you please put a 1 in the chat? If you understand what I just said, please put a 1 in the chat and let me know. Okay. Not So Nerdy Gaming says, I'm here now. Hi, Coach Eli in chat. Hello, Moonchild. Hey, Moonchild says, Not So Nerdy Gaming. Alex, the Beer Master. Awesome, Eli. Awesome, my friend. Absolutely, bro. Ask any questions, bro. Already responded to that WrestleMania comment in the chat, so I'm going to move forward. Alex, the Beer Master, and Eli, I am looking forward to doing a live stream with you one day. Well, tell me when you want to do it, Alex. Alex, I've been asking you for months and months. You know, I love you like a brother, dude. just say the word. We can stream on any given day, Alex. I can create a special stream to interview you. Whatever you want to do, bro. This is what I'm all about. I'm all about collaboration, right? Especially with my moderators and channel members. So just let me know, Alex. We're connected on Facebook and on Hangouts. Alex, I'm not difficult to reach. Ask Will. Will, am I difficult to reach? I mean, I get busy at times, but I get back to people as soon as possible. I'm very, very easy to reach, bro. Okay. Let me see here. Not so nerdy gaming. I'm doing okay. American Dream 6.2 is in the house. Hi, I'm sorry I'm late. You're not late, bro. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No one's ever late here. Come and go as you wish, man. Come and go as you wish. No problem. Moonchild with the smiley face. She also says, hi, Dream. Moonchild says 1. Not so nerdy gaming says 1. WrestleMania says, we are looking at possible ice snow in my area, so I have to get up in 5 hours to check the weather to see, make decision for my department. Start time, delay, etc. Going to bed soon. Well, thank you for stopping by, Jamie, a.k.a. WrestleMania. I appreciate you, bro. Please, I wasn't trying to be rude at all earlier. I just really have moved forward and want to keep things as professional as possible over here. Look, I'm open to talking with anyone. I love people in general. But, certain people that are not in the best place mentally and emotionally are not the types of people that I feel myself or many others or all others can have a civil, reasonable conversation with. So it's practically pointless, right? You understand what I'm saying? I think you get that. I mean, you have an autistic son, and God bless you, dude. God bless you. You have a high-functioning autistic son. And, you understand that, while he's high functioning because, of his situation, it's challenging, right? So you can't expect him to do certain things that you and I can do, but he can do quite a bit, despite, having autism. And it's the same thing here, Jamie. It's the same exact thing here. Or same exact thing here, which is what I'm trying to say. I would love to have a civil conversation with anyone, including, people that don't like my content. But, if they're not mentally and emotionally capable of having a civil conversation about it without attacking me, I can ignore the attack, but it's pointless, right? It's pointless, right? And what's that going to do? All that's going to do is feed into that the group of people that, see me as a lolcow, right? Again, I didn't want to talk about this, and I'm not going to talk about this anymore, but I wanted to respond to your questions that you put out there in the chat, because I have a lot of respect for you, Jamie. We go back to my former channel, and I greatly appreciate you. Yes, I understand what you said, my friend. Excellent, Alex the Beer Master. American Dream with a $3 super chat. Got to give you a big round of applause, brother. American Dream. Actually, the super sticker. Sorry, the super sticker. It's the pair that's jumping up and down with the thumbs up. With the thumbs up. Thank you so much, American Dream. Folks, it's not expected, but it's greatly appreciated. This channel and my business primarily runs itself by way of donations. If you feel so inclined and you're getting great value from this show, there are many ways you can donate. You can hit the super chat if you're in the YouTube chat, on the YouTube side of things at the bottom of the chat, and send a highlighted message for as little as $1 up to $500. The larger the donation, the longer of a message you can write. And the larger the donation, the greater length of time your chat message will remain highlighted at the top of the YouTube chat. You can also hit, super sticker like American Dream just did. Thank you again. You don't have to send a message. You can send a super sticker with an expression like the pair, jumping up and down with the thumbs up saying, cool, I agree with you, Eli. Thank you. And thank you again for the $3 super sticker, American Dream. Also, If you don't want a super chat, you can actually PayPal or Cash App any donations. Those links are in the description section of the YouTube live stream and replay and on the Facebook side of things. But if you're on the YouTube chat or in the YouTube chat, Nightbot's also sharing my PayPal and Cash App links, every 7 minutes within the live stream chat. If you do donate via Cash App or PayPal, please make me aware of it in the chat on Facebook and YouTube, because I typically don't check on my phone for donations throughout the show. I will thank people afterwards, but I would prefer to thank anyone that supports the show monetarily if you choose to do so while we're live on the air. So that is that. Thank you again, American Dream, for the American Dream 1.5 for the $3 super sticker. Let's see here. We have American Dream 1.5. I'm blessed to be part of your community, Coach Eli. American Dream, I didn't get a chance to reach out to you last night. I don't know if you're going to be around tonight or sometime over the next few days. I do want to chat with you. I do want to chat with you at some point as soon as possible. I want to catch you up on some things behind the scenes. Russ Romania says, not sure what group you are talking about, so I definitely have no problem about mentioning it. Well, the group that attacks me, Jamie, I'm sure you've seen that from the past. They're still kind of around. And that channel that you were on this morning with the woman that was talking about me joined that group about a year or so ago and started feeding into the drama with them. So I know you're a busy guy and you don't have time to pay attention to all of this, but that's pretty much what happened. So no worries though, bro. It's all right, dude. You don't need any drama in your life. You got a lot going on, and I don't need or want any drama in my life. Alex the Beer Master says, awesome, Eli, American Dream 1.5 moderator and channel member. Hi, Moonchild. Moonchild says, hi, Dream. Dream says, hi, Alex. WrestleMania, Not So Needy Gaming. Dream is welcoming everyone. Not So Needy Gaming, what's up, Dream? American Dream 1.5. Well, before I read more, folks, I'm sure you have questions regarding certain things that you want to accomplish. Regarding your business and your personal life. So start getting those questions in the chat right now on YouTube and on the Facebook side of things. We have one viewer on Facebook. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be periodically checking in on the Facebook side of things as well. All right. Give me 1 second here. WrestleMania says, going to get some beauty sleep now. If you ever saw me, I need as much as I can get. LOL. Have a great stream, everyone, later. Thanks for stopping by, Jamie, a.k.a. WrestleMania channel. Have yourself a great night. Take care, man. Much love from Coach Eli. All right. One of the reasons I enjoy this channel so much is it is a stress-free zone. Moonchild says stress-free and uplifting. I appreciate that. Before I respond to that, start getting your questions in. Not So Needy Gaming, I know you have questions. American Dream 1.5, you got questions. Ask anything, okay? Moonchild, you've got questions, okay? You all have questions. Alex the Beer Master, you have questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, folks. Let's start really helping each other out and working together and getting on the same page and creating positivity, more positivity, not only on the YouTube platform and Facebook, but in this world in general. We need more positivity, right? Yeah, that's what I like to provide over here. I, myself, personally like to live a stress-free, drama-free, and uplifting type of life. That's how I've always lived my life. And I had never really been involved in this much drama until I came out on YouTube 4 years ago. And I had to learn, how to deal with the court of public opinion. I also had to learn there are many different types of people on this platform. And, just like what WrestleMania was saying, at WrestleMania, Jamie's a really good guy. And he had my best intentions in his head and heart when he was saying, you should debate that woman that was talking about you on her live stream earlier today, And I'm like, typically I wouldn't have an issue doing that. The problem is with no disrespect, that woman is very mentally and emotionally unstable. Because any secure, emotionally stable, mentally stable and reasonable person would not say those things publicly about anyone on a stream like that, right? She did that because she's seeking attention. And that's the best way for her to get attention. It basically, fuels her to feel like she's accomplishing something, right? So, I know that Jamie had his, best intentions, or my best intention in his head and heart, but hey, no matter how much you want to work with certain people or help certain people, if they're not in the right mindset, if they're not the most reasonable, rational, and stable people, there's nothing you can do. You go on a panel with somebody like that, and all that person's going to do is yell and yell and yell, right? And what am I going to do? Say, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong, right? What kind of a conversation are we going to have, right? And if you try to call somebody out and say they're mentally and emotionally unstable because they are, that's going to make them behave even more mentally and emotionally unstable. It's going to trigger them to get more upset. So the best thing to do in that situation is to just avoid dealing with any of those types of people. Let's see. American Dream 1.5 says, I missed yesterday or today's earlier stream about 40-year-old women who are single. I'll watch that on the replay. It sounded interesting. It was a great story, bro. About a woman that the stream I did this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. It went a little longer than I figured it would. I shared a story about a 42-year-old woman that I connected with on Match.com a couple of days ago. Very attractive, 5'8", about 135, 140. Great smile, has her own home, has her own car, successful job. Single, never been married, no kids. 42 years old, looks like she's in her early to mid 30s, right? I'm always leery when I come across women in their early 40s that are attractive and appear to have their stuff together, and are single, never been married, no kids. Someone that's been that way, their entire life would have easily attracted a good, decent man they could have had a life with and a family with, right? The fact that they haven't been able to make that happen by age 42 is telling me that they've tried for the last 20 years, and because of the way they've been the last 20 years is the reason why it didn't work out. So I was, when I talk with women like this in this situation, I look to see what their history was like by asking them questions. And then I look to see, are they looking to make a change at this point, or are they still behaving the same way they have for the last 20 years at now age 42 with this woman? And I just figured out that this woman is still living her life in the same way she has for the last 20 years, which is why she's still single, never been married, no kids, very attractive, and has everything else going for her at age 42. Nutsenerdy Gaming says, if I only have 3 days to make content and I want to get monetized, how long do the streams or videos need to be to reach the 4,000 hour mark, and how long do I have to do it for? All right. Interesting. This is a YouTube question, which I can answer YouTube questions too. I'm very knowledgeable on that. So for the people on Facebook, this may not make sense to you, but if you want to start a YouTube channel at some point, regardless of where you're watching this, this will help you out. So Will, here's the thing. You know, when I first started streaming on my former channel, I was doing pre-recorded videos for the first 6 months. This was like 4 years ago. And I had built an audience of about 200 people. I had 200 subscribers, but these were people that were active subscribers, right? When I started live streaming, you know, all these people came to my live streams. And, you know, I was getting 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 people on my live streams. Now, I was live streaming once or twice a day. And my streams were on average 2 to 4 hours long. But doing that, I would rack up, you know, anywhere between 4,000 and 6,000 watch hours per month. So you have to stream a lot, and you need to have a pretty good audience, and you need to keep them engaged the entire time. Now, to be fair, Will, okay, I didn't realize when I first started streaming on my former channel that the audience that was watching me because as a coach, there were things I didn't like about a former community I used to be involved with, not the one I've been talking about, the MGTOW community, right? I was talking about how many of these MGTOW creators, you know, are, you know, misusing the MGTOW moniker, and, you know, they're doing some shady things out here, and just to be real careful, I was, you know, raising awareness, right? What I didn't realize, Will, is that I was feeding into a drama group, right? And these people were watching me because they considered it to be drama, which maybe it was. I didn't even realize it was. I wasn't trying to instigate drama, but I guess that's the way things work out here on YouTube. And now I know that's the way they work. I figured it out since that point, right? So I say this because drama sells, and it'll get you drama streams, and talking smack about people on a panel for hours each night is going to get you a ton of watch hours. But is that going to get you the right audience after you get the watch hours? No. So you got to understand, there are a bunch of ways you can approach this, okay? You can go the drama route, which I don't suggest, get panels of people and just talk smack about other YouTubers, which may even get your channel shut down. They have new rules now. And even if you do it professionally, I mean, that's not what your channel's about, right? Or you can just do a gaming stream as often as possible, maybe 3 to 4 times a week. You do a gaming stream, and then after the gaming stream, you start a separate stream and you do a live stream panel where, you know, you bring people on a panel and, you know, you talk about whatever you want to talk about. Maybe you do both. You know, maybe you add an element on your channel where you just want to talk with your audience and get to know them. You know, question and answer session, right? Ask me anything, you know, right? So, I mean, quite honestly, Will, to get to 4,000 watch hours in your situation, you're going to need to do at least 4 or 5 streams a week for at least 2 to 3 hours each stream. You're going to need to have 15 to 20 people at least on your stream. And if that happens, that'll take you about a month to get the watch hours. So I don't know if that answers your question, bro. I'm being very transparent with you. Drama does sell. Drama will get you watch time quicker than anything. But do you want to go that route? No. If I had to do it all over again, you know, I wouldn't, you know, go down that route. When I shut down my former channel and came back on this channel, Will, 3 months after I shut down my former channel, right? I had to start over, right? But I already had a pre-existing audience that knew me, right? And I met some new people that I didn't realize initially ended up becoming a part of that drama group I was trying to escape, right? So I would run 1 or 2 live streams each day, every day. Like when I came back, I ran streams for 30 days straight, 2 streams a day. Some of the streams were 2 to 3 hours. I even did some, 6, 7, 8-hour streams in the middle of the night. Because I had people that would come on the panel and we would have interesting conversations. What I didn't realize is that these people were actually a part of that drama group. They were just being nice to me during that time. And I had the drama audience watching me because I had those people on, right? So in 1 month, after 1 month of starting this A Grip on Life channel, it wasn't called that when I first came back. I can't remember what I even called my channel when I first came back. It's been a while. But when I came back on this channel, in 1 month, I had, I think like 7,000 or 8,000 watch hours, because that's how much I was streaming. But dude, when I wasn't, I was running my insurance business as well back then. When I wasn't with an insurance client, or selling a policy or servicing a policy, I was on YouTube. Now you've got a day job, you don't have as much flexibility as I do, but I'm just sharing with you how I did it. Now, if you can't stream as much, if you can only do half as much as I mentioned, then it may take you 2 to 3 months to get to 4,000 watch hours, but that's what it's going to take to get you there. Let me see here. Okay. Sounds good. And thanks. All right. Does anyone else have any other questions? We are at 36 minutes. And I'm going to step away and take a quick break and see if anybody has any other questions on Facebook or on YouTube. We have 2 people on Facebook. Feel free to ask any business or personal questions on Facebook. If you're there, introduce yourself. On YouTube, please keep the questions coming. So I'm going to step away and take a quick break. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to continue going for as long as I continue getting questions. If there aren't any questions when I get back, I'll share a little bit about some upcoming things to this channel, and then we're going to probably wrap it up, within 15 or 20 minutes after I get back from the break. So, give me just a second here. Let me cue up some awesome royalty-free, copyright-free YouTube music from the YouTube audio library. Let me see here. Just need one more. All right, folks, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When I return, I will continue answering any questions that there are in the chat. So again, please ask any questions regarding anything business or personal related that I can help you with. All right. And when I get back, like I said, I'll check out the chats on both Facebook and YouTube and answer any questions. If there are no questions, I'll just take this moment to share about some upcoming things here on this channel and some futuristic things, and then we'll wrap it up. So stick around. We'll be right back. magic. He's back. Poof. Man, I'm blowing into my pop filter there. Hey, stick around. We're going to talk about GOP Senator Ted Cruz. I didn't want to talk about politics tonight, but yeah, that story, Dream, that's let's save it for a second. Yeah, feel it with me. Do you feel it? You know, part of accomplishing whatever you want to accomplish requires you to be in a good mood and feel good. Do you feel good? A little uplifting music, right? Tell you what. Let me turn off the chat here for a second. We got support, knowledge, experience, potential, success, expert, business, goals. That's what it's all about, folks. That's what I'm here to help you with. Feel it, shake it all about. Feel good, man. Yeah. American Dream wants me to talk about Ted Cruz. I'll talk a little bit about old Teddy. Good old teddy bear. I'll talk about it professionally and maturely within the YouTube monetization and community guidelines. You know, that's what I do out here. You know, that's why I don't get shut down and I'm fully monetized. It's all good. Wow, Coach Eli, you read my mind, says American Dream 1.5. Oh, I'm not a mind reader, Dream, but hey, thank you for the compliment, bro. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, and once again, also simulcasting live on Facebook. Glad you could all join me tonight on this Thursday evening. It is Thursday, February 18th, 2021. The day that that I'm recording this live stream. But as always, my live streams are made in ways that have great replay value. So whether you're watching this today, the day of its recording live, or after the live stream when it goes to a replay, or down the road, hopefully you've learned something. Please feel free to comment in the chat section of Facebook and YouTube, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I respond to all of my comments. I love engaging with the people. Tonight's show is simply a Q&A session. But we're going to throw in a few other aspects as well while we're here live. You know, I'm all about engaging my audience and answering their questions. And let me tell you folks, even political topics, they affect our business and personal lives, right? So that is part of my, life coaching practice here. I mentioned late last year that I'm going to be discussing many more political topics and making people aware of what's going on in the political world at times when it makes sense to do so, because it does affect us and we can all learn from it. But again, I'm going to do it professionally and maturely within the YouTube community guidelines and monetization guidelines as well. And even if there, weren't those guidelines, I'm just a good person all around. I'm not here to attack or harm anyone. I'm just here to state the facts and get a good laugh like I'm about to get at GOP Senator Ted Cruz. Oh, it's time to go to Cancun. During this time of power outages and water shortages and the issues happening in the state. Hey, Tony Patriot, how you doing? How you been, bro? Haven't seen you in a while. How's your channel doing? I want to make sure if that's the real Tony Patriot. Let me check. It is the real Tony Patriot, bro. You've grown your channel to 5.6K subs. Congratulations, man. You're really heading in the right direction. It looks like you've been doing some new things on your channel. Some MMA stuff. So are you still doing some political commentary, Tony, or are you more focused on the MMA stuff? And how is that affecting content ID claims for you and copyright issues? Have you had to deal a lot with that, bro? I'm just kind of curious to know. All right, let's see. Let's see here. I apologize. I had to go to the store and buy some candy, says Dream. American Dream 1.5. Moderator and channel member. Ooh, what kind, says Moonchild. They have sold out of milk, bread, ice cream. There's no food in San Antonio, it seems. I feel bad for you folks, back east and in the Midwest and the South and those areas. You folks are dealing with some horrific, unusual weather conditions. Here in Redwood City, where I live, in the San Francisco Bay Area, half an hour south of San Francisco, it is 57 degrees right now. I mean, God bless my late father. He's been passed away almost 13 years. It'll be 13 years this April. And to find Redwood City and to seek out that it has one of the best climates, it has the absolute best climate in the entire U.S. and the third best climate in the world, to have weather right now that's 57 degrees in the middle of winter, when people, back east in the Midwest and the South are dealing with sub-zero weather. I feel blessed and fortunate. Moonchild and Dream and anyone else, would you prefer it to be 57 degrees in your neck of the woods? That's why people don't like us out here in California, especially in the Bay Area. Yeah, we may be a little bit spoiled, but hey, we pay a huge premium for this. And right now, I'll tell you, I'd pay any amount of money to be out of the weather that you folks are in. And that's why we pay so much out here where I live. Moonchild says, sorry. American Dream 1.5 says, I hope everyone else is safe and comfortable. Did you hear about Ted Cruz? Yeah, I did. I wasn't going to talk about it, but since you brought it up, Dream, he is a Texas state senator. While 3 million people were without water and half the people without electricity in Texas, he took his children and family to Cancun. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those Southwest airline commercials, Dream. Remember those commercials that would say, want to get away? It seems like a lot of these, and with no disrespect, I'm a slightly liberal, for those of you that don't know me yet, but I'm more down the middle. I like some views on the left and some views on the right, and some views on the left and right I don't like. I like what makes sense. It's just funny to me how many Republicans like to just get away, like the Southwest Airlines commercial says, when, they're needed the most. In this case, he's needed in a state that's dealing with water issues, power issues, and freezing weather, right? So instead of sticking around and doing his job, he takes his family to Cancun. And I'm wondering what the weather is like in Cancun. Let me see. Cancun weather. 78 degrees. Wow. No wonder why we all know the weather at Cancun is tropical and it's great year round. But wow, you put Cancun puts my 57 degrees in Redwood City, California, half an hour south of San Francisco in the San Francisco Bay Area, Northern California, puts it to shame. 2% precipitation, 85% humidity. That's a bit humid. That's too humid for me. Here in Redwood City right now, the humidity is 45%, much better. When the humidity gets upwards in the 70s and 80s or greater, it's just, I don't like extremely humid weather. So this is the perfect weather for me here. 57 degrees in the winter, 45% humidity. It's awesome. So Cruz decides to skip town and take a vacation at a time where his state needs him the most. Moonchild says, yep, he got backlash and came back from vacay. Even the CDC says, Dream says, even the CDC says that traveling to Mexico is not good because of the COVID-19, but the elites only care about themselves. Well, that's the same thing as Trump going golfing after he, lost re-election to Joe Biden. Instead of handling the pandemic, he goes golfing. So Trump goes golfing and Cruz goes to Cancun. And look, I'm not attacking the right. I'm just saying it's ironic to me that people on the right are more so doing things like this. I've never seen anyone, and now people criticize the left, right? And I'm not trying to take sides just because I'm a slight left liberal. People criticize the left, but when have you ever seen anybody on the left do something like this? And does it really matter whether you're on the left or the right or down the middle? Why would you do something like this? Why would you go golfing as the president during your last month or two of office while you have a serious pandemic that's killing a lot of people? For Cruz, why would you take your family to Cancun to escape the horrible weather and let the people that you're serving in your state suffer? Dude, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. And a lot of people on the right call us liberals, liberal sacks of you-know-what, liberal sacks of poop. I want to be professional. I don't want to get this demonetized, right? It's the S word, but liberal sacks of poop. So I'm a liberal sack of poop, right? 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 I'd be surprised if someone doesn't cut that, right? Call me a liberal sack of poop, right? But again, regardless of your political party choice, why would you do something like that? How does that make you look even in front of your, Republican supporters? Forget about the liberal supporters. How does that make you look, Teddy? Teddy, how does that make you look in front of your Republican supporters, man? Yeah, he's gonna run off into 78-degree weather with his family and leave us behind to suffer, right? Yeah, that's the way our government is run here in the U.S. At least from what I've seen on the right. I've never seen anyone do anything like this on the left. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And if you're going to correct me, send me a link and show me when there was a time that someone on the left took off on vacation or went golfing during a time where, they were needed the most in their position of power. Moonchild, oh my. American Dream 1.5, a large undetermined number of people have died because of the frigid temperatures, but not Ted Cruz. Well, he was in Cancun, right? He came back, right? Okay. American Dream 1.5 says he checked his family into the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. That's a nice place, brother. Wow. He checked his family into the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. Enough said. Moonchild, hope they vote him out. Moonchild says, poof, when I return. American Dream 1.5 says, can you believe that this gentleman ran for president in 2016 and 2012? Well, his political career is going to be done after doing what he did. And I think Trump's is done as well. And just because Trump was just because Trump didn't get convicted doesn't mean that he's not going to be dealing with civil legal issues. He's actually dealing with many civil legal issues that are going to tie him up in court for a while. And I tell you, Trump's financial future is in huge, huge jeopardy. I don't think he's going to be able to recover from this. I think he's going to try to, I don't want to say siphon. That's not the most proper word to use. Maybe that is a good word. He's going to try to siphon donations from his 70 plus million, Republican supporters, that voted for him. But pretty much, that's what I feel all he has now. He's just what he did by letting his ego get the best of him. Basically destroyed his future in politics, in my opinion, and destroyed his future in business. All because the man just couldn't let things go. His ego is too big, and it got the best of him. He just couldn't concede to Biden and move on and finish out his term, deal with the pandemic as best as possible and have a peaceful transition from him to Biden. But no, he didn't want to do that. He had a rally on January 6th, the day Congress was certifying Biden's vote, the electoral votes, and then there was an insurrection, that he incited. I mean, it just baffles me. It just baffles me why these people in a position of power that are supposed to be mature, responsible, and professional would do such a thing like this. I wonder if Trump had something to do with it, right? I wonder if Cruz was thinking, if I do this, I know I'll get backlash, but I'll get a lot of attention. I'll be in the media, right? Yeah, you are in the media, but what's that going to do for your future, right? American Dream says, poof, LOL. Wow, Coach Eli, you read my mind. What did I read? How did I read your mind? What was I saying, bro? American Dream 1.5 says, whoop, whoop. Moonshout says, music helps me feel good for a bit. I already read the Tony Patriot, Mr. MMA message there. American Dream says, me too, Moonchild. I truly enjoy it. The music. Let's see. Tony Patriot, thank you so much for the 99-cent super sticker. It's a little bit of ways down, but I wanted to get to it while you're still here. Thank you so much, brother. Greatly appreciate that. Tony Patriot says, good man, growing big time. He said, no, I'm focused on MMA. I use fights that don't carry copyright claims mostly. That's good. Awesome. And the way you find that out, folks, is, if you want to make sure something doesn't have a content ID claim on it or is a copyright issue and you're going to use something, I would upload it to a secondary channel outside of your channel, let it process for a few hours, and then see if there's a content ID claim. I would not risk using copyrighted content on your main channel until you find out, what the copyright status is. There really is no other way to find out besides doing that. I mean, YouTube used to have a part of their audio library where they would show copyright information when you would search for it, but that's been removed. So now it's all about uploading the content and letting the YouTube artificial intelligence scan your video for a few hours or less at times, depending on the size of your video. And then, taking a look at, what the status is. But if you want to test out copyrighted content to find out its status, do it on a separate channel. I wouldn't do it on your main channel, especially if you're monetized. I wouldn't do it there. But anyway, I'm sure you know that, Patriot. Thank you so much for being here, man. I would love it to be 57, says Dream. 6 above tonight, says Moonchild in her neck of the woods. American Dream 1.5 says, in Del Rio, Texas, a house caught on fire because they were using a generator inside their house. Tragic. Wow. Well, that generator probably was not installed properly by a professional. Or they tried to use a generator and power more, output more than it was capable of outputting. Or it was an older generator that needed some servicing. But, you know, when you're in that type of weather, you have no power, you have no water, you're going to do what you're going to do. But anyway, wow. American Dream 1.5 says, exactly, Coach Eli. Moonshot says, is that the lady and her daughter who died from carbon monoxide? Moonshot said, must be. American Dream, 78 degrees. It must be nice for his family. LOL. Of course. At the Ritz-Carlton? Moonshot says, humidity does bother me. Barometric change bothers me. Yeah, I'm the same. 20 Patriot / Mr. MMA says, sounds like all the politicians in California during the fires, they stay on vacation. I don't like a lot of politicians from both sides. No, I don't either. I don't either. You know, I just, to be real honest with you, Tony, I just don't really even like talking about politics. But you know what? They've started to affect me more in my life, more so now that I'm on YouTube. The reason why I started talking more and more about politics is because it allowed me to learn more about people's thought processes and why they react and behave a certain way, like some people out here on YouTube. And so, while I've always kept up with what's going on, I never felt comfortable and felt the need to talk about them until I'd say probably, you know, at some point last year in 2020 is when I really started to share more of my thoughts. Plus, you know, during the Trump era, because I'm a slight left liberal, you know, and even though I'm a slight left liberal, like I said, you know, I like views from both sides, and I'm a pretty unbiased type of guy, like you seem to be. You know, when Trump was in office, you know, I felt like I had no say. I felt like no matter what I would say, I was attacked by Trump supporters out here on YouTube. And it was rough because they're like a mob. And when a mob comes at you, you know, it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Whether you're right or wrong, if a mob comes at you, you're squished, right? Anyway, absolutely correct, says Tony Patriot. I agree, Dream. I agree, American Dream 1.5. And thanks again for the 99-cent super sticker, the upside down smiley face. Thank you, Tony Patriot. Moonshot says he should check into some place like the Cecil Hotel. Okay. American Dream 1.5 says, Moonshot, the family lived next to my aunt's house. The house burned to the ground. The one that had the generator in it. It is crazy, huh? Wow. Sad, says Moonchild. Like Maxine Waters calling for violence, not acceptable. Any one of these politicians, you know, calling for violence is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And a lot of times people say things they don't mean. I've done the same thing out here on YouTube, and many others have. And people will download and clip those videos, and you know, you make one little, you know, honest mistake, you have an emotional moment, or you get triggered, right? And then people use that against you, you know, for life. So I don't think all of these people are really bad people deep within. They just have their moments, right? They just have their moments, right? But if you're in a position of power within our government, you got to take extra will, care and make extra effort to really make sure you don't lose it and say something, even accidentally, that's going to be used against you. And, yes, people from the left and the right have both made that mistake, but it just seems to me, Tony, and everyone else, it's just my opinion, what I've seen, an unbiased opinion, that people from the right tend to shoot more from the hip than people on the left. I'm not saying people from the left don't say things that are wrong. They do. But people from the right tend to let their emotions get to them, and they react and overreact emotionally, right? Whereas people on the left, they don't really overreact as emotionally, but they still will say some things that aren't right. And there's a big difference shooting from the hip than saying something, in a more calm manner. And, people in power that lack emotional self-control and mental stability kind of scare me, because you don't know what they're capable of doing, right? And how it can affect us. But somehow they get in office. They just need to get voted in. That's all it takes, right? That's all it takes. Tony Patriot says, I'm still here listening, unpacking. I'm in the middle of moving right now. Good idea on using the backup channel. Yeah, absolutely. Just to make sure that, the content is safe and free of content ID claims and all that kind of copyright junk. Yep. Moonshot says, hope all goes well with your move, Tony Patriot. Me too. Me too. Tony Patriot says, thanks, Moonchild. Moonchild says, you're welcome. That's interesting. That's interesting. Nightbot timed somebody out that I didn't even see in the chat. Give me a second here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a reason why Nightbot timed that person out. A lot of my trolls out here don't understand that I've got high security on this channel. And more than likely, if you try to type something, derogatory, which is the reason why you're here, there's a 90% chance it's not even going to hit the chat. And, that one sock account that tried to put something out there, Nightbot timed them out immediately, and I just banned them. It happened fast and didn't have time to respond. That's because Nightbot automatically deleted his message and timed them out for 5 seconds. Moonchild, I had to put great Nightbot security and program Nightbot with a high level of security, because there are times where when I run streams and have no moderators, I need Nightbot to do the bulk of the work. Plus, I also use the YouTube block words list. And I block certain words from even reaching my chat or my comments section of my YouTube channel. I also have my comments set to hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. So, it's all good. I mean, these people can keep on trying, and it's all good. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let me see here. All right. We are at 1 hour and 18 minutes. Let me check out Facebook real quick. Hey, Johnny, how you doing, man? Darren, how's it going, bro? That's for sure. Tough weather all. Darren or Johnny, if you folks have any questions, get them in the chat. I'm going to be going off the air probably in about 10 to 15 minutes or so. people on the YouTube side of things, if you have any other questions regarding business or personal aspects you need help with, get them in the chat now. I'm going to share a couple of things very briefly here before I move forward. And I want to get your feedback, whether you're watching live or on the replay. First and foremost, on YouTube and Facebook, I want to know the type of content you would more so like to see on this channel. Are there any particular topics you want me to handle? I can talk about anything and everything, regarding your business or personal lives. We can talk about, entrepreneurial topics. We can talk about corporate topics. We can do political topics. We can do things on the personal side as well, regarding dating relationships. And, we can talk about marriages. We can talk about whatever. I'm open to discussing anything and everything because, life is everything, and as a life coach, I've had so much experience in my life that more than likely, whatever situation you've encountered, I've encountered it many times and I've dealt with it many times. And more than likely, the first few times I dealt with any particular issue, I failed. And I can share my experiences on what I did to overcome that failure and, be successful at that particular thing. I like you talking about YouTube as a business. To me, it is business and entertainment. Okay. And that's what I like to try to do over here, Tony Patriot. I try to entertain people while throwing down those truth bombs. Do you folks want to see a little more entertainment aspect involved with these life coaching streams? Let me know about that. I mean, there has to be a great balance because there are serious topics that we're going to discuss that are going to be more emotionally touching. And I wouldn't consider that entertainment, but that's an emotionally bonding moment that I want to have with my audience as well. But we can't always keep things too serious. Because I tell people you have to balance out your life. You got to know when to be serious and when to have fun. You can't be serious all the time. But when it calls for to be serious, such as times to pay the bills or other issues in your relationships, you got to take those things seriously. You got to know how to turn it on and off like a switch. So we entertain people while throwing down truth bombs. Yeah. Let me see here. Okay, I didn't know Nightbot could do that. Oh, Nightbot is great. You can program Nightbot to do anything, Moonchild. Anything. American Dream 1.5 says, I'm listening. Also, my wife came to visit me while I hurt my arm. Roads are too bad to drive. Anyways, Nightbot is a lifesaver. Do you use Nightbot on your streams as well, American Dream? American Dream 1.5. I'll text you in a bit, Coach Eli. If free, I talked with you before bed. Thank you, Coach Eli, for being real. Absolutely. American Dream. I should be free in about an hour from now. So let me know. And if today doesn't work, maybe we can talk tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here, American Dream 1.5, moderator and channel member. Moonchild says, I like a variety of topics. So can you be a little more specific, Moonchild? Like what? I'm sure, like you said, you like a lot of different topics. You like a variety of topics, which is what you said. But are there some topics that more so resonate with you than others or are more of a priority for you to kind of tackle first? What I really want to do is tackle those topics that you folks are most passionate about and are most interested in. And typically the topics people are most interested in are going to be things that they're dealing with right now. I want to know what you folks are dealing with right now in your personal lives or professional lives. We don't have to get too personal, at a general level. But I want to know what you're dealing with, so that way I can assess your situation and help guide you down the right path of success. So let me know about that. Johnny says, tell us about your personal journey to becoming a coach. It is a long way from selling popcorn. Well, Johnny, on the Facebook side of things, I met him working my first job while I was in high school at the Hillsdale Cinema in San Mateo, California, selling popcorn. Johnny, I know you had left the movie theater, but I ended up getting promoted to Chief of Staff Assistant Manager. And I ended up working at the Hillsdale Cinema for 4.5 years. And then I left and got a job at a brand new Costco opening in nearby Foster City. Worked there for 5.5 years. And then I left Costco. I got into retail management, retail corporate. I did the whole retail thing for 17 freaking years, man. I'm giving you the short version of the story. And what ended up happening was this was back about 13, 14 years ago, maybe almost 15 years ago. I ended up getting, laid off. Times were really tough. And the retail sector, when the economy tanked during that time, the retail sector got hit first. It always does. So I got laid off, and I couldn't find a job to save my life. The only job I could find was a store manager job working for U-Haul. They wanted to pay me far less than I was making. They wanted to pay me $44,000 a year to manage a store, and then they said I'd be working, 10 to 12 hours plus per day, sometimes 6 days a week, and sometimes I would be helping repair the trucks when the mechanics weren't around. And I'm not a licensed mechanic, so I ended up not taking that job. And at that point, I've always been good at saving money. I had some money in the bank to carry me over for a while. I decided to go and get my insurance licenses. And I got my property and casualty and life and health insurance licenses, and I started working for farmers for a year to get the training. And after a year of working for farmers, I was hired as an independent contractor for a broker that typically only hires insurance agents / brokers with 3 years of experience. But because I went to school with the owner's kids and my family knows the owners, they trusted me, and then they hired me as an independent contractor. And I did that for many years. While I was doing that, to create my business, to get my business, I was attending and also running my own business, in-person business networking events all over Northern California. And I would drive all over Northern California 4 or 5 days a week while selling insurance policies from the road, or staying up late at night. It was a crazy time, man. I mean, I worked my ass off. I really did. But I enjoyed doing what I was doing. But throughout all this time, doing all that networking, I did a lot of personal development on myself. A lot of these groups I attended had people that were teaching personal development. There were a lot of motivational speakers that were a part of these groups. I read a lot of books, attended a Tony Robbins seminar. There are many, many things that I did. I'm trying to give you the short version of the story. But the bottom line is, I gained the experience of public speaking, doing podcasting, and doing all of those things once I became self-employed. After I was laid off, I think it was 13, 14 years ago or so, something like that. I can't remember exactly, almost 15 years ago. I was laid off from, my retail management position at that time. I couldn't find another job. So, and then if you look back 4 years ago when I first started this coaching business, and I was running a a YouTube channel back then that no longer exists. I ran my former YouTube channel for 2 years, shut it down, then came back after 3 months, restarted this channel fresh, and I've been here since that point. And now I've been also simulcasting on Facebook for the last month, or a little over a month or so. But like I said, 4 years ago or so, I went through a relationship where a woman that I was with and planning to have a life with ended up cheating on me, and it lit the match. It put me into this rage. Now, I'm a very secure guy and very mentally and emotionally stable, but any guy going through that, no matter how stable you are mentally and emotionally, you're going to have a moment, right? And I'm not the kind of guy that's going to attack people or go and harm people physically because I'm in a rage. I wanted to take that rage and create something amazing out of it. I wanted to help other people by sharing my stories so they don't have to go through what I went through, or if they do go through what I went through or have been through in my life, they'll be able to identify it and handle it better and not let it get to them, right? So that's the short end of the story. But, like I said, I did a lot of podcasting throughout the years I was building my insurance business while I was networking all over Northern California. So when I came out here on YouTube, I already had the podcasting experience. The only difference out here is when you do a live stream, it's like a podcast with video. And I've always been pretty tech savvy, Johnny. So, I love the tech aspect. I'm kind of like a techie, nerdy type of geek guy. I kind of like to say I have the brains of the geek, but the attitude of a jock. Even though I'm not a big guy, I'm a pretty regular sized type of guy. But I think you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm a cool guy to hang out with, but I'm not an idiot. I know about technology and how to fix things and troubleshoot things, etc. So that's pretty much the. I'm going through a divorce now, similar circumstances. Oh, brother, I'm sorry to hear about that. Selling everything I own to return to California to be a part of my son's daily life. That's good, bro. Are you coming back to the Bay Area, bro? You're a good speaker. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. I do. Are you coming back to the Bay Area by chance? And do you talk to Jeff Caceres that much anymore? I mean, I know we connect on Facebook. I'm glad we connected through him, bro. Yeah, I've never been married, bro, and have no kids. I want that, but with no disrespect, women are different nowadays. And I'm trying to find one that's going to work for me, dude, and it's not easy. It's not easy. Probably Sacramento, just through Facebook. Cool. Yeah, much cheaper than the Bay Area, dude. It's incredible how much the cost of living has skyrocketed out here in the Bay Area since the days we used to work at the Hillsdale Cinema in San Mateo, California. So that's cool, man. But yeah, that's a little bit about my story on what lit the match to do what I do today, dude. I mean, yeah, I was really, really ticked off after my ex cheated on me. I did a lot for her, and there are a lot of good guys in this world, and you're one of them, right? All you want to do is be a good husband and be a good father, right? And do your part, right? But because of the ways things are nowadays with women, which again, like I said in the past, I respect women for being liberated, but that's played a huge part in male and female relationship dynamics and marriage dynamics. It's changed everything. It's crazy. I stay in San Mateo a week a month. Sounds like it's been a journey and not an easy one. I lost my mind. I don't blame you, dude. Went to Peru and lived in the Amazon for 5 weeks. Wow, dude. You're handling it the right way, bro. You're being mature about it and you're being strong about it. It still hurts, dude. Listen, we're dudes and we try to be strong. We are. But we still feel emotional pain, dude. We still do. We really do. Moonchild says on the YouTube side of things, I'm a hot mess, but I enjoy the shows about relationships and would like to see one about long distance relationships and disabled people fighting for accessibility and accommodations. You know what? I think what I'll do tomorrow is do a stream on long distance relationships. And when you say long distance relationships, Moonchild, are you talking about like somebody being a state away, or are you talking about somebody being an hour to 2 to 3 hours away by car? Like, what do you mean? Because there is a difference. I've dated women that live an hour to an hour and a half away. And I've also talked to women that live in a different state or a different part of California that's a 5 or 6 hour drive. There is a difference. And I will share my experiences on both. But I think that's what I'll end up doing tomorrow. But I want to start wrapping this up, folks. Actually, I was going to mention one more thing. There are more members-only videos coming to the YouTube side of things. They're coming soon. I was going to get to some this week, but it's just been a crazy week. I'm going to hope to get to some next week. I'm also going to try to do some more content live from mobile. I may do some more walking streams starting next week, maybe once a week. And then I may even do some more pre-recorded Walking with Purpose streams because when I pre-record them, I can record them on my iPhone 12 Pro Max at 4K at 60 frames per second and give you some incredible clarity and audio while I take my walk here in the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area where I live. So lots of stuff coming to this channel. If you want to join me over the YouTube side of things and you're on Facebook, youtube.com/C/A Grip on Life. The link is on the Facebook side of things. It's also, well, if you're already on YouTube, you're already here. Or just go to your YouTube app and search A Grip on Life. You'll find my channel there and you'll see my beautiful face with my big Greek nose. You'll be able to identify me quite easily. But yeah, folks, that's going to do it today. Johnny, I want to thank you for being here. I enjoyed watching you. Thank you, bro. Whatever you need help with, Johnny, I will help you, man. You can always reach out to me on Facebook or participate on these streams. I'd be happy to help you. Thank you to Darren for being here as well on Facebook. Thank you to everyone on the YouTube side of things. Thank you to Tony Patriot for your 99-cent super sticker. And thank you to American Dream 1.5 for your $3 super sticker earlier. Thank you to Moonchild for being here. Thank you to American Dream 1.5 for being here. Thank you to Tony Patriot / Mr. MMA for being here. Thank you to, who else was here earlier? I'm scrolling up here just to not forget anyone. Not So Nerdy Gaming, Will was here, and WrestleMania was here as well. And Alex the Beer Master and WrestleMania. I think I got everybody. All right. We're all good. All right, folks. I enjoyed chatting with you folks tonight. Every so often, I'm going to do these Q&A sessions. As my audience continues to grow on YouTube and Facebook, the more and more demand, the more and more people that come to these live streams while they're live, if I can get more of a consistent audience live, I will do 2 or 3 of these Q&A sessions each week because I feel they're very, very helpful. So let me know if you want more of those in the chat or once we go off the air here in a few seconds in the comments section of the replay. With that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. You said 3 hours away. Okay. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Take care. Bye.